Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a couple minutes?
Yeah, sure. I'm just sitting here sending emails out for trucks. I found about 4 or 5. I'm going to send you links for all the trucks because I'm out.
I don't want that. I need you to, I need you to do more. You need to try to do this. I hate doing this to people because I don't think it works a hell of a lot of times. But we're at that point. I need you to start thinking about changing some things. I'm not asking you to change entirely. That's like ridiculous. You are who you are. But I need you to change what you're doing every day. If you want this to work, we're at a breaking point, and I don't want to sit here and continue to get angry at each other. That's unhealthy. It's unproductive. So I'm asking you to start doing some changes. I don't want you to keep doing the same shit, which is I'm going to surf the web and fuck around on the computer and waste 3 hours so I don't have to do anything else, and probably send a few emails, and I hope they send something back. It hasn't worked. So the definition of idiocracy is keep doing the same thing that's unsuccessful in the past. Okay, so that's my speech. Now let's just get to the facts. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to listen and do what we think is more effective? There's a reason that I've made and spent millions of dollars in my life because I've earned it in business. I've had 900 employees, direct W-2 employees, in 4 companies. There's a reason that I don't need to sit here and brag too much to you, and I haven't done that in 5 months that we've known each other. I have a strong resume. I had the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on my board of a company that I owned. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I met Dick Cheney, I met Donald Trump, I've had dinner with both. I've got a strong resume, Stefan. You need to start listening to me, and I also am at a mode where I don't think I'm better than you are. But when you keep doing the same shit and all you want to do is fight back, and I know I'm right, it's frustrating. I put an ad in for a trade contractor, and that comes with, and I needed somebody that didn't have a lot of baggage. That was my thing. I want a fucking trade contractor, of which there are hundreds of them within a fucking 12 square mile area. Every fucking bummed out fucking high school guy that wanted to go to shop class qualifies. And then they start smoking a lot of dope, and then they get burned out, and then they turn into somebody that walks around with his head down and goes, oh man, we gotta do that. We gotta move the bucket from here to all the way over there. I need you to start getting some energy and some pop and some pep, and it will pay off. I know there's 2 sides to this. This is not just about me earning it. I've bought people many trips to Hawaii, all expenses paid trips to Vegas. I am generous when we are successful. If you keep wasting days of getting up and rubbing your eyes, now it's fucking 9:30, and I told you to get up at 5:30 and get some shit done today. I want you to change. And I don't want to, if you're sitting there with HIV and AIDS and you don't have any strength and energy to get anything done all day, tell me that. If you fucking got some kind of disease, tell me that. Fucking Jeff thought you couldn't lift a pencil and you had no energy. He told me that the first week you were there. And I said, I don't know, we'll see. And then, it's like, oh, I don't know, I gotta do all that. Man, I'm so tired. I just worked, and I got to sit down and have my fucking dinner, my soup. It's like, I don't need to hear all that shit. Everybody has a lot of stuff going on in their life. Everybody does. I was up till 12:30. I was fucking working at 6. I'm a middle-aged guy. That's normal. It's not some big deal. And if you got shit wrong with you, just tell me. It doesn't make you a bad person, and I don't care. I just need to know. But if you're fucking 44 years old and you don't have any net worth, and you don't have any baggage. You don't have 5 kids, and you're not in the middle of a fucking court case that costs you $300 an hour for lawyers, and your nut every month isn't, $14,000. You got nothing. You got no pressure. All you got to do is fucking take care of yourself. You got it as easy as you can, and you get food from the food. I mean, it's like you got just change and get ahead. You're gonna feel a hell of a lot better about yourself. And I'll help you get there. Now, that also adds oh my God, I gotta drive over there. If you think driving to fucking Gig Harbor is work, we're miles apart. I gotta drive all the way to Gig Harbor. Boy, that ain't work. We're just fucking doing the jackhammer and putting up siding 20 feet in the air. That was work, I give you that. It's not cleaning out and sweeping out a modular. It's not, cleaning out some place that you're living at. That ain't work. That's just fucking daily life. You gotta wash your clothes, you gotta clean the floor, you gotta clean the counter, you gotta clean up after yourself. That's not work, that's just daily life. And you've gotten to this mode where everything is I hope he pays me for that, because it's so much trouble. Getting in a fucking car and driving fucking 20 miles, oh man, that's so hard. You gotta fucking set your alarm and wake up and tie your shoes and get in the car. That ain't tough. And if your body doesn't react, that's a medical thing, and I understand that. But get some fucking energy, and if you don't have it, you don't have it. I'm trying to help you with your inner drive. I'm trying to help you with your drive and your motivation level to say there's opportunity. And when people work on their own without me kind of holding their hand all day or guiding them, all I can tell is what you get done. And what I know is in the last 5 weeks, very little has gotten done. And that's a fact. And what happens is I don't have time to babysit you. I'm fucking busy. And I don't have time to go get scaffolding for you and a truck that you should have instead of a fucking 91 Camry. That should be your job. You should have a fucking little Toyota B210 fucking pickup or whatever it is, or a fucking Ford 150 for $800. Why we're doing this when you should have it yourself as a contractor trade guy?
You can hang that idea up.
Okay, well, I understand that. And I've also offered a fucking Honda for 4 or 5 months. I don't have time to get all the material that it takes to get down there. I said I would buy it if you prove that, I trust you enough to give you money to go get it. That's good, because I wouldn't trust Jeff to do that. And I'm cautious of that, because I've now asked you 3 times to not spend the petty cash money until you clear it with me, and you can, for 3 in a row now, you have done it without clearing it with me. And I said, don't spend it until it's cleared. So it makes me nervous. On the flip side, I don't think you're going to steal from me. That's good. I'm not kidding, though. If you walk up and fucking walk to your fucking 8 feet over and start sending me links, I'm going to fucking come down there and yell at you some more. Because I can do that all by myself. And guess what? What's that going to do? I want you on the fucking phone, and if you're not good at getting appointments, figure it out. I'll tell you what to write instead of the way you're doing it. I'll tell you what to say instead of the way you're doing it. Guess what? People fucking call me back, and I make shit happen. I actually can make appointments and make some stuff happen. And I will help you get there. And there's a lot of opportunity. Whether you want to do it or not, I don't know. And I clearly know that you have a job now, and that might be a better life for you. I get that. You might just be moving out and moving on. You're in a built-in position to get fucking Dakota going and off and running, and there's potentially a place to stay and employment. But more than anything right now, it's you got to get some shit done. And I don't know why I'm still working on shit that we should have done a month ago, which is fucking siding, which I bought you, or siding, which have you found it yet? Yes or no? Have you got it yet? Yes or no? Have you sourced it? Yes or no? I had to get the fucking scaffolding and found it. I didn't get it because I need you to do it. Okay, that's enough of the speech. I've got 2 pickup trucks. If you've actually made appointments with them, go get them. And get up and do it, because I'm fucking tired of wasting time. If we get good value for a truck and it runs, that's fine. You're going to need to maintain it, though. So I will get a truck reluctantly, and we'll pay no more than $1,000 all in for something, all in. And I need you to get the scaffolding soon, which we know where it is, not the one up north. I was being a smartass about 10 p.m., although I really think in certain cases you need to do that. Because if you need to fucking get off work at 10 and run somebody to the airport, you do it. And if you need to go get something because it's going to be sold by noon tomorrow, you do it. And you get home at 12:30, and you go to bed then. And your mentality of, I don't get paid, you got to get to this point. All this shit is because we haven't done it in the first place. You chose to go get a fucking Camry instead of a truck or figure out what we got. I gave you keys to the fucking cookie jar with the 12 cars.
I'm going to stop you right there, okay?
All right.
As far as the Camry goes, my Subaru was a piece of shit. I'm pretty sure you and I can both agree that was a crappy-ass car, okay?
You also know...
I'm not done speaking.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
Thank you. The only thing I could do with it, nobody would want to buy it. Someone wanted to trade straight across. It was an awesome deal, far better than what I had. It runs...
And you had no money. I get that.
Yeah. So I was kind of at the mercy of whoever wanted to barter for whatever. So I got the car I was able to get. I'm sorry that putting an ad on barter doesn't get me the vehicle that I want, the vehicle that you want me to have. I'm so sorry for that. That is not my fault, though. I got a car that I was able to get on a straight-across trade because I have no money. So
I understand
that's why I have a 1992 Toyota Camry instead of some big-ass truck. And I will never buy a V8 or a V6. I don't make enough money in any way, shape, or form to put that much gas in a vehicle. Okay?
Okay, so, I'm with you there.
Now, as far as the scaffolding goes, I can't get it in a Camry. I can't get it without
I understand that.
Okay.
I get that.
Okay. So, I mean, that's what we need and I've been needing that scaffolding for far too long. I've been waiting for it far too long.
Okay, so
I can't
here's the deal.
Done 20 feet in the air without it.
Okay, so here's the deal. Let's try to choose a truck. Let's try to choose one quickly. There's a gentleman named Willie Brown, and we have his number, and he is an elderly retired gentleman that lives in Seattle. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Willie Brown's an ex-cider. He's willing to give us 2 full sets, complete sets with cross rails and handrails and everything needed except casters. I don't think come with it, but it's pretty much a set just like the one in Arlington. And it can go, I believe it's 3 sets high actually, but it's going to go, I believe 18 feet high.
That's fine.
Okay, its a price is $300, and he's willing to meet. And listen to this. It's at some property out in Graham, which if you've been to the South Hill, it's in Puyallup. It's far out of Puyallup, but it's Puyallup, and it's not that far. It's just you don't want to do South Hill Meridian at rush hour. So you need to do it at a time that works for you. And frankly speaking, noon on a Friday would work fine. After that sucks. I think the hope is that you can go look at a truck or two still today before work. And we still need to meet at Valley because I want to get our shit squared away. And then we gotta figure out after you get the truck, how do you get it with 2 people? What's involved, because these trucks are just like your car. You just went through it. It doesn't happen smoothly and easily. But somewhere along the line, you've got to figure out how to get it, maintain, fix it up enough so it can get drivable if it's not, and or how do you get it and get a ride and They'd figure all that out. Get some money from me and or me, talk to the owner and put some money in their bank account, which I can do as well. That's all solvable. Those details matter, though, and you've got to actually turn the TV off, focus, and make a plan for that. Like, what are all the parameters to do that? So, and all of that is, you got to politely be persistent on the phone. It's not sending an email. It's sending an email, sending a text, and calling. And then doing it again in the next 45 or an hour later. That's what you got to do, okay? It helps. And you don't have to yell like I'm doing now, but you've got to be politely persistent without being desperate, okay? So that's part of it. I think we need a truck. I realize that will cost the money. We're going to have to determine how to spend that money and how to spend it wisely. I have no problem with some kind of a planned budget, but you need to start thinking, here's what I need. I need a trade guy that's a contractor that's a fucking man. Not a fucking kid, not a little girl as a typist in an office telling me they work for 2 hours and they can't lift the fucking lunchbox anymore. I mean, what good are you to me then? And you got to just ask yourself that. What good are you to me if I don't want a guy always, I got fucking a lot of, I went to a party with 200 people on Saturday night, and these guys are all drywallers. For a living, I'm more than aware of the trade. And 3/4 of them will get out and I whenever they can. And then the owners, who I know well, they would not hire them back. And there's a whole section of those folks. And they want free shit all the time from the government. And in the L&I case, guess who pays for it? Me and the owners. So and I don't need to be this guy that's me against you. I don't believe in that. The way we build a company right is to be in it together. But we have to both win. And when I ask you to do shit, you got to do it. So, we have a few trucks. Here's the summary. The one in Gig Harbor, I'd ask you to pull it up on the internet. Just pull up Ford F-150, $850 in Gig Harbor. Actually, just pull up rack, Ford rack, and put the maximum down at $1,500. It'll come up. I think you sent it to me. The other one is an '88 Ford. You got a pen F-250 for $1,200 at JBLM. Both of these, they swear, run great. No oil leak, no transmission issue, no engine issue. That is important.
Oh, okay, I did send you the link for that F-150.
Yeah, we already covered that. So let's talk about something else. I don't need to repeat it. So, are you familiar with the truck now? You got it?
Yeah.
There's several things wrong with it. The biggest, I think, is the steering column and the door. So the steering column there's a mechanism that breaks. I believe we can get all these things from a wrecking yard. The three biggest thing wrong with it is this. Write this down. There's a few things. The good thing about this is I believe this is a middle-aged contractor that's probably a decent guy that probably owns a house in Gig Harbor. He was driving to Bellevue every day with it. It was a work truck, and he's owned it since 2008. It says 5 years in the ad, but it was 2008. His name is Brian, and his phone number is it's Kirk, and it's 253-381-0601. It's not in the ad. Write this down, please.
I did.
There's a wheel and a tire that's low and it's not holding air. Excuse me. He's got a spare, and he's got a jack, and he's got a blood deal. All we need to do is change the tire when we're out there. He hasn't done that yet, but he's checked and double-checked to make sure he has what it takes to do that. Do you know how to do that? It should take 5 minutes.
Change a tire? Hell yeah, I know how to do that.
Okay, good. So that needs to be done. In addition to that, He's got a steering column. There's like called an L bracket or a metal rod. That is all fine. It just has a challenge to start the car. He can all get it started quickly. It just takes a little wiggling and or a screwdriver, but it's not a stolen vehicle. And he says, I just haven't found one. I didn't look for one. That needs to be written down. That's a deal. He says it's a good tranny. He says the driver's, this is important, the driver's side door sags. S-A-G-S. So there's a pin in there, like the pin in the door. He says we need to find another pin, and I haven't done that yet. So it could be just a fucking bolt or a pin, and then it would go back in. It should be fine. He says he hasn't yet gotten one. Of course, he might be minimizing the deal with that. That needs to be done. Obviously, not right away. But that will help with the whole door deal, because if the door doesn't close and it's the middle of winter, he says sometimes it gets wet and that's not good, and then it gets musty or whatever. But that could be fixed. The driver's seat doesn't look great. The turn signal all work, but there's a fuse out on one of them, so he was concerned with that. It has 8 cylinders. Write this down. It's got dual gas tanks, which I don't really care about. It just means you suck more gas. And he says the tranny is definitely good. All the gauges work. This is important. All the heaters and heating work. It means it blows. He has towed a trailer to Gig Harbor to Bellevue several times, and it tows well. I think that's important because of our trailer, and I believe that we'll be hauling stuff to and from the military base, potentially. I believe this is an
F-150 XLT extend cab.
Right. And I believe that we can get it for less than $850, which is a bargain. Okay? He says something about the driver's side door. Driver's side seat may not be bolted all the way in, and so in a wreck situation, it would not be the safest in the world, but that's driver's side only. Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
He is not home now. He can either see you early tomorrow morning or later this morning or noonish. And I think we need to get shit out of the way as soon as possible. The second one.
Now, the question that I have is, if I'm going to go pick up one of these trucks that's way out, how am I going to get both my car and the truck home? I mean, I'd have to find another driver to,
That's correct.
Carry back and forth.
So what I really want you to do is this. I want you to take care of, first of all, you need a mentality that you're going to have to start. I don't want to sit here and yell at you. I need you to make up for whatever we've done in the last 4, I don't want to keep talking about negative shit that's been wearing on me, but we haven't got a lot done, and I felt you haven't done anything, and not have had what I would say is proactiveness to get shit done. I don't think sending me a link is proactive. I think that you're worried about spending $7 in gas, and I haven't been. I just call it your laziness. And that pisses me off. By sitting on your fucking, lazy boy and sending me a link from Craigslist that you can do at the phone, I'll buy a phone at the fucking Chevron or at your work or wherever you're at. And don't say, oh, I'll never do that. I'm not asking you. I'm not a guy that's fucking gonna call your employer. I'm not a guy that's a hater. I'm not a guy that's getting back at people unless they fucking steal from me or do something to my family. I'm not that revenge guy, and I never will be. So you should know that. If as I've said, we are at about the end. My worst thing with you, assuming you don't steal anything from me, which it massively changes if you do, is I'd get you out of my house. And if you say I'm not leaving till fucking December, I would take your shit and I would put it out in the parking lot. I wouldn't go fucking call everybody and make your life hell, because I'm not that kind of guy. But I expect fucking work, just like I wrote in the ad that you responded to. So go back to that, because I hired a fucking contractor for 15 years that told me he could do all that, and and you jumped in when there's been work, but you fucking moan about it every single time, and that needs to end. Oh, I gotta move the fucking this all the way over there, and I gotta do. It's like cry me a fucking river every single time.
The only thing that I have complained about is the lack of tools, the lack of materials. I don't give a two shits about doing the work. That's easy. Doing the work is easy.
Good.
Doing the work without
good.
tools is near to impossible. I can't dig
and
a hole
here's
without
the deal. I've asked you to try to help solve the problem. And that means if you're in a pinch, you figure shit out. You get up early. If your mom's fucking sick, you get in the car and you go see her. If you need a fucking hand truck, you don't go drive all over Timbuktu to go buy a fucking $15, $25 hand truck. Because it costs you $25 to do that. But you also don't go to fucking Home Depot and pay $110 per plus tax for it. So we've got to be thrifty and smart, which I like about you. We just got to follow through with that. So I'm willing to buy a truck. It could be a good one. It could not be. Who knows? I know the car business well. And, I don't want to buy a bunch of problems. So I want you to go out and see at least two. I want you to make a trip up in the morning so you can then go from there to work. And it's not hugely out of the way and a big drama thing. And then I need to meet you sometime, probably, to figure it all out tomorrow, and then also get the truck, and I want you to get the truck and the scaffolding at the same time, and meet with me and come up with some kind of a list and a plan of attack to move forward. And then I'll also spend some time with you and tell you about what's going on with Pacoda in detail. Okay or not okay?
That's fine, but I did...
Okay or not okay, not just fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, that would be good. I want to know what your problems are, what your goals are. What do you want?
A little bit more action. I found a truck. I test drove the truck in Tenino, and everything looked good on it. I told you it was a good truck.
It did not look good. That was not a bargain in my mind. It needed work. And I like the fact that that's the one thing that you knew about. What else did you not know about? You needed to drive. Did you drive it?
Yes, I did. I just told you I test drove it too.
Yeah.
That was part of my statement. Yeah, I did.
I heard you.
That was why I said yes. The only thing that it had that was really bad on it, the driver's door, you had to lift it to close it. No big deal. It's nothing more than a pin and some bushings. That's easy. The clutch needed to be adjusted because it's like you put the clutch in and...
I don't think we should get a manual transmission.
All right, that's fine.
I don't believe that that's a good thing. Clutches go out, they're a hassle, you're hurt, I don't think they're best. The question is whether we can get a 6-cylinder that makes sense, or should we get a bigger one? Did you look at the 88 150? I don't know which is better. I do like the racks. I don't think that the appearance is that big a deal, but I definitely think a long bed makes sense. I don't really want to have a $400 bill soon because they seem to go in groups. And when you got a $400 brake job, but some of the shit I need you to do. I think your swing shift thing is fine. I think we have to have some kind of a plan of action to get shit done. And hopefully I'll give you the things to do that. But you need to start looking for shit that you think that will help us. And I think you need to start learning from YouTube how to do stuff in the spare time. And have some pride of what we're doing. And if you want to do a small grow on your own, I'm okay with that. But we're going to have we're going to start kicking in the grow at Pacoda sooner than later, assuming we get this thing done later this week, which is tomorrow. It's supposed to get, or Monday at the latest. I'll talk to you about the Pacoda separately.
Okay.
What else do we need? We need soon, we need a power pole that's at Valley put in the ground. Soon. And then we need a 2-foot hole next to the PSC power pole. Soon. The whole lawnmower thing and the grass, I bitched about that all summer because it looked absolutely terrible. Don't get on if Troy even brings one over, don't go, spending time thinking like how bad Troy fucked me over when I was massively frustrated with you. I got a long list with you, and I wanted a whole bunch done, and Troy's $200 lawnmower is about a hundredth of what I'm dealing with you on. I don't care compared to all the stuff that we got going on with you. I wanted that whole fucking thing done by now, and I fucking put it in the ad that that's what I expected. I expected a whole lot of work with some upside, and I was planning on giving it. And I knew that my worst case scenario was, my scenario was September 30th, end of summer. My worst case scenario was October 30th when the fucking Halloween hits and the time changes and it's fucking dark by 4:30 or 5, and you wake up and it's dark and it's fucking raining all the time, and productivity goes to shit when you're in the construction business, and everybody gets bummed out. And everything's money. So, and I fucking lectured you on that. And you can fucking add up all the reasons why I never once have closed my wallet or not had money. I just wanted to see some motivation to think that I'm not going to waste my money, because if I go get a truck and we got to go get fucking parts and it breaks down and you moan about it, it takes fucking 2 weeks to fix it, that's a problem. When you need to go to work, just figure out how to do that. You solve it. And that was my whole thing. When this thing is more like a fucking hobby, then you're not solving things. You're just putting it back in my shoes. I want somebody to jump in. And it's not like I'm not working on Bakota. I work on it every day. I just do different things on it. We have big things going on in Bakota. May or may not ever come to fruition, but many of my projects have. And my expectations is that it will. And it's looking good.
The siding, all of the insulation, and the fascia should be done by now. Can we agree on that? That all?
Yes.
Okay. What we have been disagreeing on the entire time is that one thing, that scaffolding, which I mentioned.
Yeah, I get that, but you haven't solved it, and neither have I. And in the end, I haven't had time. My plate is full, and I am working 16 hours a day. And, I have a lot of friends. And what do they say? How you doing, Bobby? Playing some golf? I go, I'm working more than I ever have. That's my answer. And I'm raising children. And I take both seriously. I take work and my kids and my family seriously. As well I should. And I care about people, and I want to be around people that I respect work-wise and don't frustrate me. And usually that comes down to one thing: hard work. Try.
I've been telling you about scaffolding since...
No, what you've been saying is, Bob, do it for me. That's what you've been saying. Bob, do it for me.
No.
Here's a link, Bob, and that's why I stopped you as soon as you said that. Hey, Bob, I sent you a link. I don't want a fucking link. I want you to go find a fucking truck. And say, Bob, this one's $900, we should buy it. I'd say, have you checked this and this and this? And you'd say, yes. Have you drove it? Yes. Have you drove it over 50 miles an hour? Yes. What do you think of the guy? I think he's a trustworthy guy. How long has he owned it? He's owned it 5.5 years, and he drove it every day for 3 of those years. Okay, I'll buy it. I'll be down there in 15 minutes, and I'll give you the $900. Good job. What's his account number so I can put 900 in right now? Good job. Hey, I sent you a link, Bob, so I'm done for the day. So now go do my job for me. You understand the difference? And that's why I was frustrated when that was the first thing out of your mouth. I want you to find the fucking truck and go drive it and ask really smart questions, and that's educated guess on a $1,000 truck, just like you did with your Camry. And not, oh, fuck, how am I going to do this? And, oh, fuck, I got to do that. How the fuck am I going to do that? I barely got any fucking gas, but, oh, fuck, I can't do that. You understand the difference? This can turn in a fucking moment, but if you keep going back to, oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh, we got that big hurdle to overcome. Oh, shit, we got an obstacle there. No shit, that's what fucking life's about. Overcome them. There's a big difference, and I'll help you there when you're on my side, as opposed to opposing me every fucking day. Oh, we can't do that. Fuck, I get off at 10. How the fuck am I going to get up at 7, 6? Like every other fucking man that works. Get 6 hours of sleep once in a while. And actually work. Since you took the last 6 weeks off. And work 20 hours a week. And don't have any money because you didn't plan properly. All of those things are solvable. You didn't have a fucking $12,000 surprise bill pop in your face. That's a problem. You didn't have a car that broke down on the side of the road that you scrambled to say, how the fuck am I going to get to work at Patelco so I don't get fired today? None of those things have happened. My son, for the first time in 4 years, missed his ride to work yesterday, and he was freaking out. I said, it'll be all right, man. Dad, I've never been late for school. Ever. I said, it's okay, man. This is not the worst thing in the world. I'll scramble and come and get you. Which I dropped my shit, and I got him on time. And he was thankful. That's scrambling. That's adapting. All you got to do is get up and do your shit. And I have to sit here and bug you about it. I want you to wake up and actually make some shit happen. What I wanted you to do is see through what I was writing and not say, oh, I'm going to argue. There's no way I'm going to go to Arlington or where. I didn't want you to drive up there. I was being a smartass. But I did want you to get up and go do something. So another day didn't go by with wasted, oh, it's Bob's problem. It's Bob's fault he didn't get it. I don't have time, and I've told you that over and over. So then you say, let's make this work, Bob. I want this to work. If you don't, just fucking move out. Move on. No skin, I'll get another guy, we'll move on. I don't want to keep going back to that. I don't like ultimatums. I'm not a fan of that. But I'm tired of fucking around with this, and I'm tired of being in a bad mood when I talk to you. So it does take work. Oh, I'm excited about that. Well, I asked you to do some fucking work at Valley. I gave you an opportunity. We bubble it all up. And I gave you fucking specific instructions. And I felt for you, because I told you digging a fucking hole was going to be a bitch.
Well, I got the hole dug.
You got the hole mostly dug. It got around to it. And then somebody else did it for $50. And you took credit for it.
Oh, no,
I paid you for fucking up a job, which actually never got done.
I did not take credit for it at all. I did not take credit for doing it.
I gave you $200 and I gave your buddy $50. And nothing got done. And the hole wasn't big enough for fucking Joyce. So I had to battle her supervisor, and it's still not completed. Because the hole didn't get dug properly is what it wasn't your fault. You dug a big-ass hole, and I appreciate that. And it was hard. I would have hated to do that. I fucking did it one Saturday with one other guy the size of our entire fucking field. I did it in one fucking day, from 6 a.m. or 6:15 to 6 p.m. on some volunteer project that we earned money on for a fucking team. I'd rather write a check next time because it was a fucking drag, but that's where I found out about those fucking DR trimmers, of which then I looked it up on Craigslist, and one was for sale, and I got it for you. Now, I know fucking weed eaters, they break, and they have this and that, and don't tell me all the problems about it. Say thank you for fucking getting it for me, instead of I didn't get it. Why am I fucking running around doing all that? I got other properties, other issues. I asked you to fucking go up and move some garbage, and you didn't. You resisted it. That's where we really ended with, I'm fucking done with you. When I ask you to do something, I want you to do it, and I needed you to do it. I had a fucking closing, and it closed, and I had one condition to get a big check. And the condition was move $100 worth of fucking garbage. That would have taken 2 hours, by the way.
And I made it exceptionally clear to you there was no way to haul it. The trailer wasn't there. There was no truck. And
there was. And so if you needed to get to work and you had
I made it clear to you
listen
that
to me.
needed to
If
happen.
you needed to get to work and you had a fucking Yukon that had a slow leak and a fucking air that was a quarter or half mile down the road, you would have figured out how to solve the problem. And I'm not asking you to spend money, and I didn't. But it was solvable, because I told you that I needed you out there, and you didn't want to go out there one day because you were lazy. I said, you're fucking 6 miles away, let's do it today while we can, and you didn't do it. And that's just the normal shit. It's like you were just going to waste another day. What we didn't do is the day you were tired, we didn't do it then, of which you had plenty of time to do it, because you didn't have a fucking day off. And that's the difference between you and me. When opportunity is there and we had to do something, we did it. And then a week went by and you couldn't fit it into your schedule. The reality of it is one day I asked you to do it and I said, we'll figure out, you should get over there right now. You had a fucking truck that worked and you didn't even drive 6 miles to go look at it. What I'm asking you to do today is stop whining and go look at least 2 cars and drive them. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday to get all this shit down to Bakota. We need to figure out that front space piece. We need that front fascia fixed promptly to get the fire damage looking shit out of there. We need that power pole in the ground promptly. It's not hard to do that. I need you to do an inventory update of all of our equipment that's down there, that you have taken down there, all of it. And I need an updated list. You're really good with Excel list or those things. I need an update to that. Do you want to look at this second one and any other ones that you actually have called and make appointments on? There's a big difference between looking at a fucking link and actually making an appointment with an owner and taking good notes. Big difference. It's like showing up to class and actually listening and taking notes and getting a fucking A. It's night and day.
I am just waiting for responses back on the ads that I've been calling on and leaving voicemails.
You need to make some phone calls in the next half hour when we hang up. The 88, have you looked at it? F-250. It's $1,200 and it says JBLM.
It's an F-250?
Correct. He could have called me while we were talking, while I was yelling, actually. You ready? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to skim through and see where the hell it's at.
That whole moaning, the way you talk needs to just go. That ain't gonna win you any fucking respect or friends. No, I'm just, sweep it if you tell me to, but I don't know.
Is it the red one?
Yes, it's the red one.
Okay, great.
That's better. Okay, Charles is the guy's owner. This guy, Ben, who's in the ad with the 928 number, is his friend. They both now are on JBLM base. Charles is the owner. It's not in the ad. His number's 253-883-9873. Ben is 928-499-1607. My recommendation on all these is pick up the phone and call them. Here's the situation with Charles and Ben. The truck is on the base. There's a key. They own it. He's not sure how long Charles owned it. I don't know if Charles was deployed or just spaced out, but they work on base. And Ben put the ad in for Charles. Ben said to me that he's nervous to drive it on the freeway. I said, why don't we just, it's literally on the base. I said, why don't we just meet at the parking lot at exit 120, 122? And he said, my concern is...
Hold up. I'm looking through the pictures on this. That entire windshield is going to have to be replaced. That is illegal, and I don't feel like getting pulled over.
Okay, so that was on what I was saying.
Yeah,
he wasn't comfortable with that. I know a windshield guy. You can just go in and make it happen, or a company, or you can go get it done for $170 or $180. But if we get it priced at the right price, that's another option. I personally don't think that's as good of a value as the other one, but I think this potentially could have less problems. And it is a 4x4, but it is an 88, and it's got a lot of damage, and he's got a title issue, so I don't really think it's as good of a value. He's lost title. I don't think that's a huge deal, but if it's tied up to his name, we'll find out soon enough. And keep in mind, all of these things have issues. You know, Charles didn't show up because it was Willie Brown didn't show up because it was raining, and I was on my way. He's a good guy, though. He's a mature, retired cider that he owns property out there that it's just sitting behind the gate. He's got a lot of extra. We've cut a deal. We've agreed on a price. It's a little more than I wanted, but you know, it's a lot of scaffolding. It's 18. There's a lot of pieces. So we're going to need a truck to do it. So I want you to go look at 2 or 3 trucks, drive them, pick one out, your call, but do exactly what you did with a Camry and go spend $50 to drive a bunch of cars and buy one. Make sure it has a tow deal on it. Make sure you can tow something. I believe that my trailer is a 2-inch ball, but that's part of the deal. It needs to have a tow package.
Yeah, no.
It needs to be a long bed. I believe you don't want a short bed. I don't care about a crew cab thing. I think it needs to be a long bed.
No, I agree.
A rack is fine, but you can find one for $50 or $100 later. I think this is interesting because it's a 4x4. I think the other one in Gig Harbor needs a couple tires, but it's priced right. We could probably get it for $700. I really don't want to quibble over $100, but I want it to be a functional. The thing I think that the other guy, I don't know about these guys. I think that this truck's probably fine. I don't know that. It looks a little fucked up, but it might be fine. The other one, I believe that the guy fixed what needed to be done, but I think a lot of shit happened. You know, he's got a fucked up front or side door. He's got a fucked up steering column. He's got missing pieces in, you know, steering piece or drivers. I don't know what he's not telling us. These are 2 choices that I liked. I also had a couple others. The one in Renton I liked. It was a big fucker, but I don't like it that the fact that he bought it at an auto auction, you know, a week and a half ago. So we don't know how it is. He just drove it fucking 12 miles, and he says nothing's happening. I'm worried that something burns a lot of oil, it's got some seal issues, got a tranny going out, whatever. By the way, the guy in Gig Harbor said it hasn't worked in overdrive forever, but it still runs and drives fine. Okay, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the goal is to get we also need to dig a trench. So we're going to have to look for some low-cost trench digger. We're going to need to take, just for your purpose, we need to put that power pole in, buy the PSE pole, and we need it 2 feet in the ground. Okay?
All right.
The other goal, we're going to have a long trench to dig. I'm going to ask you to do that. It's not critical right up front, but that needs to be done. And that fascia board in front needs to be done soon. The siding is a luxury item that needs to be done. That the grass field is a luxury item. We want to get started to grow, so I might change you up. We're trying to get minimum levels to get to, you know, revenue rates. We want to get revenue going.
Right.
We've cleared some things to get that done. You need to eliminate the fact that you're calling 911 when your temper gets kicked up. Ever.
What?
Whenever you think of that, you know, I'm going to come down hard on you if you do that, ever. I called the sheriff. I about fucking came down there and fucking screamed at you. I'm not kidding. Whenever that urge comes up ever again, turn it off. There's going to be massive repercussion for that. Every time that happens, there's an incident report. There's a fucking recording of it. It's not good. And your name's going to be on it, and you're going to take pride. Look what happened to Charles when that happened. He's now going to get sued. He's going to lose his property line. I'm going to have a judgment if I chose to. He fucked up. He's like a fucking fly at a picnic to me because I got a lot going on, but he fucked up. Learn from that. I'm not saying the authorities and law enforcement isn't a good right that we have and protection, but you better be careful when you use it. And I have family in law enforcement. One phone call, I can get a lot of information. All right? I want you to see a couple of trucks. If you tell Kirk, the guy, he had a bid to do, so he's focused on that bid right now. You have to mold it into his schedule. But if you can just go today to look at it, I'm not saying that wouldn't work also, but I don't want you to start at 5 tomorrow morning and that turns into 8 and we slip another day behind. I want you to look at 2 or 3 trucks. I want you to figure out how to get the truck and the scaffolding soon. And if that's a long night or whatever, I need you to make sure that we get that. Hold on, I'll get you Willie Brown's number. I need you to get out there and get Willie Brown's shit too. And or some other scaffolding. And I'll give you the money to do that. And we're going to still need to meet at Valley because you've got to get into Valley and get the power pole. And if you need me for one of those trips or one meeting, I'll be there. I'm not going to run around all day with you. All this shit you can do.
Well, in order to get the power pole, I need to get a truck, so I need to find it.
I agree with that.
So as soon as I
so
find
start doing more than just
yeah.
sending me a link as the conversation started. That's why I started to yell. And listen to what I said. Everything I said is accurate. I do not lie.
Yeah.
Keep pushing to get good value, make improvements, make effort. There's a lot of opportunity. And I'm not saying you shouldn't earn your own income. It would have been better for you to figure all this out fucking 3 months ago and work with 20 hours and be easily doing that in fucking Yelm and Rainier and fucking Tumwater. That would have been better. It might not be better for you, and if you get a job out of it, good for you. And I'm not worried about my fucking trade secrets or his, so just don't even worry about that. The reason I thought that was good for you is because we're doing a marijuana business, and, you know, I was 50-50 whether this will ever work out. You have traits I like. But honestly, the only thought is, good, you're going to learn about the marijuana business instead of fucking spending 2 hours on YouTube instead of doing what I asked you to do that day.
Well, the only thing I'm doing is processing, just packaging, labeling, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, that's good. You're at least learning that. You're around it.
Yeah, and that's the only way that it's going to help is just learning how to do that stuff there. Knowing where I work will absolutely not help.
Well, you still need to tell me.
No, I do.
You're my fucking tenant, and you're going to tell me where you work.
Page 2 of 7 of a contract I signed, non-competition. I will not directly or indirectly be employed by, provide services to, or participate in the ownership, management, operation, or control of, or be connected in any manner with any business of a type and character competitive with that conducted by the company, including any business that derives substantial revenues from growth or processing of marijuana. Forget it.
Well, then what do you want to do? Because we're going to do it. Although I'll tell you that we're not technically going to be 5-0. Here's the deal. You got to make a choice then. Here's the deal. I am going to know where you work.
Nope.
You're going to have to just take my word that I'm not a fucking hater and I'm not going to call them and talk bad about you. I don't do that sort of thing. The flip side says, you know, and most likely you're not going to, I don't know, you might be able to stay at the apartment for a long term, or you might have to move into one of the trailers. And frankly, I've got other things. The reason I asked you on the other deal is because I've got an interesting one at that lake, and I would have you move in and clean it up and make it better. It's a low cost. The deal is it's in Shelton. It's similar distance from Bakota to Tumwater in terms of driving distance. I mean, really similar, within 5 miles. Because I looked last night late after my kids were in bed. I don't think I'll buy it, but every Friday there's real estate bids, and I started looking at other opportunities. I had a buddy with a. Have you seen those Dell feed bit buildings?
No.
Dell feed.
I have
look
no
at
idea
look at this, because this guy's a friend. Look at for sale metal building on Craigslist. He just posted. Look at that. Anyway, to finish my thought, there was a 1,500 square foot fixer house on 7 acres that I could potentially get it for $35,000, and it's on 7 acres. It's private, and it's livable. But, you know, it's got old, shitty cabinets, and it's not pretty, but it's functional. And I would pretty it up, and I love the fact that it's got 7 acres. We could do a lot with that. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
So there's potential to get another place and live there and fix it up and grow.
Okay.
This guy that I'm partnering with sells $6,000 a day. Yesterday, he sold 3 pounds in 35 minutes. And we're already partners in another deal I have at another place.
I'm still trying to find this building that you're talking about. I don't even know exactly where to look. I've just typed in...
Well, you got to look at material. Get out of the category of fucking cars and trucks.
I'm not in the category of cars and trucks.
What category are you in?
I'm all Seattle for sale. And I typed in metal building, as you said, and I've got page after page of crap that's not a metal building. I'm trying to figure out how people have a RC Team Associated MGT 8.
I don't know what you're talking about. Slow down.
I don't either. It's a picture of a fucking remote-controlled car, but it's under metal building, so...
Okay, what's that got to do with anything?
Because that's the kind of shit I have to sort through on Craigslist with a description of just metal building. There's a whole bunch of shit here. So I don't know which building you're talking about. There's tons of them here.
Stop talking about nonsense bullshit.
Then I won't look for the metal building you told me to.
I'm going to go up and look. All right, I'm on Craigslist. Search Craigslist. Look for, hold on.
If you pull up the ad, it'll have a posting ID. Just give me the ID number on it. That'll make it so much faster.
Got it. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, where's the ID at, bud?
If you look at an ad all the way down at the very
bottom... Listen to me.
in the same line as email to a friend...
Listen to me.
Yeah.
General for sale. General for sale.
Okay.
Did you find it?
I don't know. There's so many damn listings here. You're going to have to be a little more...
You're whining again. Talk like a fucking human.
Be specific, sir. If you happen to have...
Stop talking.
Oh, my God.
Metal building, $15,000, Enumclaw, under general for sale. South King County.
I didn't find anything for 15,000, so... Oh, wait. Now, oh, it's an old Dells. Jesus Christ, that thing is huge.
Yes, sir. Well, there's 4 pictures. Look at it, because I've looked at it in person.
Yeah.
And I know him.
I'm looking at it.
We knew each other.
100 by 70 metal building being disassembled, delivery available.
It's now disassembled.
Oh.
So do you know those red iron buildings? I'm gonna show you another one. This is more of my long-term thing, but I'm gonna do this sooner than later. It's maybe not something you want to do, but this guy, I negotiated a deal, and we were talking about it, and we may or may not still do this. He and his 2 guys have taken it down. It's now down, and 3/4 of it are back at his property in Covington, which is Kent. And I bailed on it. Somebody else had it. I went out and looked at him. I made him an offer, but I gave him an offer of $15,000. But I made him, and I offered him half of it to pay him up front in cash. But I said, I'm not going to pay you the other half until it goes up, and I want you to put it up too. So I would say that you, in that case, would help him put it up. But I needed the same guy to take it down to put it up. In this case, they ruined a bunch of the metal to get it out. He wanted me to just sell me the red iron on it. So I'm going to have you look at another one, because this is another friend of mine. So look under building, but put it under, he puts his under material. So the section is material, and he is under a dealer, because he technically is a licensed contractor. The other guy is, but he doesn't put it as that. So you're looking at a Seattle dealer, materials, and then right in building. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm
all of this is relevant. It's not urgent, nor is it relevant right now, because we've got plenty to do. But I have a plan, and I'm going to tell you that plan, and you can be part of it. And it's worth 5 minutes here. I still want you to see a truck today, so you got to plan properly. And it's 10:30. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that, but if not, expect to be up at 5 in the morning and getting hell of a lot done.
You know, I keep trying to find these things, and every time I'm looking, I'm not finding much, because you're not...
Okay, well, that comes back to just basic capability.
Hold on.
I can't help you other than be specific, and it was there.
Specific, that's the problem.
Well, you need to be capable, meaning, stop fucking talking and concentrate. So here's the deal. It's Seattle, all Seattle or Seattle, for sale, materials, and it's by dealer. And then what you want to do is write building. And I'm going to take a look at this.
Why don't you tell me what the header of the ad says? I can type those words in directly.
You talk a lot, and you're not making any effectiveness again, and I'm tired of listening to that bullshit.
You're not being effective either. I'm asking you a...
Yes, I am. I fucking showed you the building, and I had it up the whole time.
I'm trying to ask...
you did it. Blah, 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 blah. I got this. Why would somebody put a fucking countertop in this section? Blah, 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 blah. You get fucking distracted with bullshit.
Yours.
Have you found the building or not? That's capability or not.
That's what I keep fucking asking you, Bob.
You know what his answer to everything? He just sizes up really quickly if the guy's capable or not. Basically, that means, does he have drive, motivation, and talent? All the rest of it doesn't fucking matter. So stop fucking talking and start being capable.
I've asked you a question.
Stop fucking complaining and blaming everybody for your lack of capability.
I've asked you a
Find the
question
fucking
several
ad.
times now. I expect an answer. If you want me to find this, you're going to have to tell me what exactly I'm looking for. I've asked
I already told you. You're looking for a fucking red iron metal building in Seattle, under for sale, under materials, under the dealer.
I'm not seeing anything about a red iron building. I'm in Seattle, all Seattle, for sale.
You're talking again.
You're not
All you're
listening.
doing is giving me fucking victim reasons why you're incapable.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The same fucking thing over again. How about saying, Bob, give me a minute, I'm going to keep trying.
I just looked through both
Change
pages.
your ways. Stop telling me all the reasons why you can't fucking do something.
Okay, now it's my turn. You stop talking and listen to what I have to say just for 32 seconds. That's it.
Have you found it yet?
No. I have just told you I've looked on
What
both...
you're doing is wasting a lot of time. You should be fucking finding the building. So fucking...
I'm trying!
And find it.
I just told you.
Stop talking and find it.
Stop rambling and tell me where.
I have.
No, you have not.
Yes, I have.
And I just told you, and you're not listening. You keep griping that I'm talking. Too bad. That's what I do whenever I get a chance.
Shut the fuck up and find the building. Or I'm going to hang up and you're going to fucking be fired. I'm tired of it. Find the fucking building.
You're going to give me 30 seconds of uninterrupted speech so I can explain this, and then maybe we can figure it out from
You're going to
there.
explain why you're fucking incapable. I'm not interested, but go ahead. I'm going to waste another fucking minute trying to convince Bob of something he already knows.
Seattle.
And then you're going to come up with some fucking excuse about how you didn't find it or about how it took you 5 minutes.
Shut up.
The Dell building was there. So is this one. Fucking bonehead. Find
Bonehead? Call me a bonehead right directly to my face. That would be
I
interesting. And I'm going to tell you again, I am looking at Seattle, all Seattle, for sale, materials, under the search of building. There are 126 results, and not a goddamn one of them has anything to do with a red steel fucking building. There. Not a goddamn one of them.
So what would you do then? Okay, let's talk through that.
What would I do? I've asked you. You have the ad in front of you. What
Okay,
the hell
so stop.
No. What
if you
is
need to work on your own, and we're looking at large buildings, maybe you would put large building in there instead of a fucking 2x2 fucking shed that some guy's trying to sell off, to hold fucking his shovels. Use your brain instead of telling me all the reasons why it can't happen. That's where you just shut down, and you're not very fucking bright. So fucking figure it out.
Do you have the ad pulled up in front of you or not?
Yes.
Then what the fuck is the title to the goddamned ad? That's what I've asked you. That's all I need. Tell me what the title is. I will search for that title, and I will pull the ad right directly up. It's not that difficult to tell me. What is the header line? What is the main subject line of the ad? So that I can pull it up directly. Of course I don't get a response.
I wasn't at my computer. My computer froze. Just a second. It's frozen. I gotta reboot. It's gonna take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Hold on. Have you found it? Keep looking. Large building. Keep looking. Stop fucking saying a bunch of nonsense. Fucking work.
I'm not the one spewing nonsense.
Stop talking and work. Have you found it? You're just sitting there waiting for me to do your fucking job again.
If I have to explain this to you one more time...
Don't shut the fuck up and answer! Are you looking, or are you just waiting for me to do it for you?
I have been looking, and I've explained that to you four fucking times now.
Then shut up and look. Then shut up and fucking look.
I did. I've looked on both goddamn pages with search results.
Keep looking!
I can't look any more than what it's showing me. Period. End of story.
You can.
Figure it out.
Yes, you can.
Figure it out. When I narrow it to dealer, I get 70 fucking results. I can't look beyond 70 if that's all it's giving me. And all I'm seeing under the term heading building...
It's under Seattle. The city of Seattle, I know that.
No shit. I'm already there.
Shut up.
Don't tell me what to do if you can't figure out how to do it yourself. There is no building listed here except...
Shut up! Unless you got something positive or... You're not adding any value. All you're doing is complaining and telling me what you can't do.
Oh, for fuck's sake, get real.
I've got 212 fucking... I got 1,000 fucking names in here. I gotta find his thing. Hang on. I hope you're keeping looking instead of sitting there waiting on your ass scratching it, waiting for me to do it for you. Fucking pisses me off. You're so fucking incompetent, and then you just give up.
I am far from incompetent, and if you can't realize and recognize that, you're blind. I've just explained to you what I'm looking at here, and that is why I am waiting.
Bob, I'm still looking. Hang on.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep looking at all 70 results again.
Good. How many have you got through?
Every fucking one of them.
That
Not a goddamn one of them's a fucking building. I'm only going to tell you that one final time. There are no goddamn buildings listed under building Seattle, all Seattle for sale by dealer. There are no fucking buildings. I'm looking at ceramic tiles, circular sawn tropical fucking hardwood, Sierra West granite tiles. Well, then don't tell me what to fucking do if it's not there. Christ. Maybe they already sold it and pulled the ad.
You know your answer is just going to be an excuse. And basically you're saying, I'm lazy, I'm going to wait till Bob gets it for me. I've fucking seen this fucking movie. I'm asking you to change. Well, Bob, you didn't do my job for me, so I was just sitting on my ass waiting.
Never asked you to do my job, dude.
Well, then fucking do it.
I've done it, I've explained it, and I'm done telling you about it. I hate explaining the same thing to you over and over again, because you never listen to me, because I'm just some sort of fucking worthless peon. You never listen to anything that I have to say, whether it's intelligent or not. You just don't listen, you don't pay attention, and when it is intelligent, you want to gripe and bitch that it costs too much, or there's something wrong with it, or there's some kind of an issue here or there. So I'm not the excuse generator, sir. I've told you flat out where I'm at on Craigslist, where you told me to look, did what you told me to do. There's no fucking result for a goddamn building. I cannot force Craigslist to show me the things that you want me to see because you're seeing them and I'm not. I am so sorry that your search engine is far superior to mine. But I have no buildings listed here except for one piece of shit house, and it's if you want us to build it for you. It's a home building kit. By Direct from Canada Factory. That's the
This is where your fucking weirdness comes in and everybody just stays away from it. What does that relevance have anything to do with what we're talking about?
Because it's the only
You fucking
goddamn
go off
building
on that
listed,
like
that's
that,
why.
Everybody just thinks you're a fucking weirdo.
Well, at least I'm not a scam artist.
So I'm a weirdo, and I'm going to point out somebody's a fucking other weirdo in some way, and that makes me better. Because Troy, if you think he's on crack, that makes me being a total fuck up and not getting anything done for 5 weeks okay.
No, Troy's just a fuck up. That's all there is to it.
It doesn't matter. All I care about is what you're doing. So you should focus on you. Okay, my computer's up.
Cool.
And you're sitting there scratching your ass, not even trying, are you? Are you even fucking searching?
Yes, I'm fucking searching. I
Good.
have been searching.
Good. What else have you tried? Have you tried Lawrence Building? Have you tried Steel Building? Have you tried Red Iron Building? Have you tried Warehouse Building? That's all I'm going to do.
Red
I'm just
Iron
going to
has
fucking do your
nothing.
job for you.
Red Iron, nothing.
Oh.
Warehouse, nothing.
Thunder Seattle, are you trying anything, or you want me to just do your job for you?
Are you trying to even hear what I'm saying? I just told you. Red Iron, no search results.
Yeah, you're telling me all the things that's not working once again. That's a fucking pessimistic attitude.
Motherfucker, pessimistic my goddamn white hairy ass. I'm sitting here looking and looking and looking under various search terms, not a fucking one of them is pulling up any kind of Red Iron anything, and yet all you have to do is pull up the ad that you looked at and tell me what the fuck it says
Shut
at the
up
top
and
of the ad.
start looking. Shut the fucking mouth. You're not fucking saying anything constructive.
Neither
and you're
are
not
you.
being effective.
You're saying zero constructive, nothing. You're not being helpful at all. You tell me to look for something, and...
Oh, Shyster's gonna find it. I'll fucking find it, because you're fucking incompetent and late.
What the fuck ever, dude.
True. Yeah. What else would you call it? Hello? What else would you call it?
At this point, a needle in a haystack. I've just told you. I've looked for warehouse.
Right.
I've looked for building. I've looked for large building. I've looked for red iron. I have just made a blank.
Don't tell me all the reasons that it didn't work. Tell me what would work.
I just did, dude. Tell me what the
All
fucking
right.
ad says. That's what will work.
All right. Shut the fuck up then.
Jesus Christ. That's a difficult fucking task. 248 search results in just general looking in just materials, not a fucking thing. Again. 248 results I just went through. Not there. Did you ever think maybe, or even consider the possibility that the goddamn thing's been sold and they pulled the ad? Ask me a question, then tell me to shut up. Fucking retarded.
Oh, I'm going to hear too. Oh shit, what's his name? David. It's in my contacts, and I'm unable to search with you on here. I'm going to hang up.
Okay.